All right. What is happening, my good people? Happiest of W Wednesdays to you all. Hope you guys all had a winning Wednesday today. And speaking of winning, it is that time again. It's another episode of Chillin Out. We are live here at the Ice Bar once again. And as y'all can see to my right, we got a little special guest here today, so y'all know it's gonna be a good one. Y'all show your love for 5'9" Gaming's own community streamer. Y'all show your love for Miss Anime Athlete, everybody.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
There we go.
My bad. I did not know.
I can see him talking, but I can't.
Yeah, I pressed the hotkey on my thing, and I guess Discord didn't want to respond to me. But
that's happened to me before.
Yeah. Hey, you ain't a streamer if you ain't got those technical difficulties, right? Let's go ahead and get this party started here. So, AA, if you don't mind me calling you that.
Oh, that's totally fine.
Gotcha. Let's go on ahead and introduce yourself to our audience for those who may not know who AA is.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Carly, the anime athlete. You can call me Carly. You can call me AA. You can call me anime. You can call me athlete. Any of those things is fine. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a Twitch streamer and YouTuber as well, so most of my content revolves around Stardew Valley, though I do also do other content. We do every Friday night is community night, and we'll pick a different game to play. I've done some horror games in the past, because my chat knows that I hate them, so usually it's like a punishment for something. So yeah.
All right. So, hey, you said we'll get started with what got you into streaming, pretty much. Let's get started with that. Keep talking something pretty basic.
Mm-hmm. So I started streaming probably about 1.5 years ago, but I didn't start streaming. Well, no, it'd be 2.5 years ago now. It feels like it's not that long. But when I first started streaming, it was not very serious. It was very much just chill. My fiance used to stream, and so I had seen him stream before, and I didn't know a whole lot about it. And then when COVID hit, we started watching a lot more YouTubers. And also, you might hear him shout in the background a little bit. He picks up on my mic sometimes. He's playing Call of Duty right now. Anyway, during COVID, yeah.
Call of Duty.
You might hear him yell.
Call of Duty, y'all. Well, for those that don't know, one of my mods, she doesn't play it anymore. Jolly Bunny, played Call of Duty a lot on the stream, and let's just say you'll see there was a different side of her when if she's watching, she played, you would think that she wouldn't play like Call of Duty or something, but she did at one point, and let's just say that
I feel like I can't imagine her like yelling at someone or being mean.
No, but
she's just like a sweet little bean.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Let's just say, she gets pretty rage, but in a kawaii, soft kind of way.
I love that.
Yes. As a matter of fact, if you check out her channel, there actually is a few clips of her raging at Call of Duty, and it's pretty hilarious. It's pretty funny, but. Much love to Jolly. I don't know if she's in the chat right now, but we love her. Love her so much. But I'm sorry, continue.
Oh, no worries. He used to stream when we first started dating. And like I said, I didn't really know much about it. And then during COVID, there was a lot of binging of Crunchyroll and Netflix and YouTube because there wasn't a whole lot to do. So we started watching a lot of different streamers, and I followed Ludwig. I really enjoyed Ludwig a lot. I followed a lot of his content, and then also Sea-Dog VA. Yep. So it was like Ludwig, Connor, and then Cutie were like the 3 people that I paid a lot of attention to their content, and I was like, okay, I want to do this kind of thing. And so then I started streaming, and my streaming initially started out as art streams. So I had started doing trying to like get art projects going to get commissions and stuff, and then I would stream those commissions, and sometimes they would be digital art, sometimes they would be hand drawn, but that's actually what I usually used to stream. That's what I first started streaming out. And like I said, I was not consistent. I streamed maybe once a week, maybe even less than that. It was just kind of like whenever I felt like it, and then I didn't stream for probably 6 months. And then I started streaming more seriously when I decided like this is what I wanted to do. I really enjoy it. When I was a kid, I had like 3 or 4 different YouTube channels of like videos I would make with my friends, and so I decided I would start streaming. And I actually used to use RJ, my fiance's streaming setup before I got my own. And then when we got our own house, I was able to get my own office space and then get my own streaming setup, which is what you can see here. So,
All right.
I used to stream a lot of Genshin too. I would say that was the first big game that I started out streaming. Was a lot of Genshin, and then someone bought me Stardew Valley and said, "If I buy you this game, will you play it?" And I said yes. And now Stardew Valley is like my favorite game. It's like it's most of my content. So yeah.
That's what's up. Always good to hear. Someone you love get you, help you find your love for streaming.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You mentioned you used to do a lot of art. For those that don't know, Anime Athlete also has her merch, which at the end of the stream, yeah, she's also wearing it right now. At the end of the stream, I will ask her to link her merch store to make sure y'all go buy her merch, go support her, and all that. You said you used to do a lot of art before. Do you still do art today, or is that?
Yep. So I don't really take commissions per se. I used to do like a lot of like custom anime art commissions. What I do outside of streaming is I kind of like am self-employed with doing my own freelance stuff. So a lot of the freelance stuff that I do revolves around graphic design or digital marketing of some aspect, because that's kind of the job that I had before. And that's a whole story of being laid off, which was, I'm still laid off technically, but I work self-employed and I have different clients that I work with. For one client, I'm building him a brand new website for a small business that he's starting. For someone else, I'm about to make them a logo. I would say logo design is usually what I get contracted for. For someone else, I'm helping them with other just kind of basic digital marketing stuff, whether that's video editing, social media marketing, things like that. So
That's incredible. That's what's up. Sometimes you gotta, sometimes corporate America isn't kind to a lot of us, myself included. But hey, you gotta find all those ways to make money while corporate America, it's corporate America, right?
Yep.
Yep. So I guess what is probably the best thing artistic, like the best art piece you've ever done that you're really proud of?
I actually have, so there's a piece hanging up in my room, and I remember I had friends over the other week because I had a big Stardew Valley party, and I was explaining to one of them how it worked. It's like a portrait of a dragon's face and then flowers all along the outside. And it's poster size. It's very large. And what I did for 4 years in college was a class I took was called printmaking, and there's lots of different types of printmaking. The one that I specifically did is called intaglio printmaking, and that is when you have a big copper sheet. It's a very scientific process as well. It's quite a process. You have a copper sheet, and then you put this layer of like black tar on top of it that's called asphaltum. And then you can kind of like if you ever used to play with those like those black notepads as a kid and you scratched it off and there's color underneath. That's kind of what you would do with that. So you wait for the asphaltum to dry, and then you take a little point, like a little needle point, and you scratch out the image of what you want to have on the print so that the copper is now showing. Once you have that finished piece of what you have kind of like scratched out what you want the art piece to look like, you put it into a tub of acid. And then the acid will bite down where the copper is showing. And then where the black tar is, the acid will not bite that down. And so when you have it, the longer you put in the acid, the darker it is. So you can do different layers of like shading and stuff with it. But once you're done with the acid bath, which can take a while, sometimes if you want a really light one, it takes an hour. If you want a really dark one, could take up to a day before you have to do it. If you're doing different layers of stuff, it could take a while. you use something to remove all the tar, and then you just have a copper sheet with your etching on it, and then you put ink on it. You have to rub the ink in, and then you have to put it through the press with like special paper and like all this other stuff. It's a whole process, and then it's basically a giant stamp. After it goes through the press, you lift the paper off, and now that etching that was on that copper sheet is now on the paper. And I have one hanging on my wall. I actually ran it through, I think there's 6 colors on it, and you can only do 1 color at a time. So I had to do that process 6 different times and run it through the press to get all 6 different colors. And that probably took me multiple months to complete. And that was going to the print shop almost every day and having 3-hour-long studio print classes of working on it. So it was a lengthy process, but I think that's probably one of my favorite pieces. And like I said, I have it hanging up in my room right now.
Awesome. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But do you mind showing it to us, showing it to the audience? If you can't,
I can try and grab it.
If you can't, it's fine.
It large. This is what it looks like.
That looks incredible.
There's also a giant glare on it.
That looks incredible. Wow.
So you can see it didn't because I had to run it through the press 6 different times where it doesn't line up. That's just where the paper didn't line up exactly the same each time it went through the press. So it's really hard to get it to line up properly, but it's pretty damn close. So.
Right.
Yeah, that was a lengthy project.
That is great. Man, that is great. I agree with Baker. That looks incredible. Hey,
Thank you.
Really, really, really proud of yourself. Can we get a clap for that? Yes. All right. Now, I know you call yourself. Your name is the anime athlete.
Yep.
We'll get to the anime part in a minute, but the athlete part. I know in social media. I know you are a triathlete, correct?
Yep. Correct.
Yes. So, how long have you been doing that? I know you do also various other kinds of athletics as well. How long have you been doing that for?
So triathlons, I probably didn't start until college. I did sports all of high school. I did volleyball and track. And for track, I was a sprinter. So I actually didn't do any long distance or endurance kind of events until college. I think it was probably end of freshman year, beginning of sophomore year that I started doing more distance running. But in high school, I did high jump, long jump for a little bit, hurdles, the 100-meter dash, and then 4x1 relay. Is what I did in high school. And then in college is when I started doing a little bit different things. I made some friends that were powerlifters. So I started powerlifting with them. So I used to do a lot of powerlifting and a lot of Olympic lifting, things like that.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I was doing that while also training for my Ironman. So I had done 1 triathlon sprint before I did my full Ironman. I heavily do not recommend that to everyone. You should do more triathlons before you do a full Ironman, because an Ironman is a lot. But a triathlon sprint is usually a 400 to 800 meter swim, which is a quarter mile to about a half mile if people don't know those distances. So 400 to 800 meter swim, anywhere between a 10 and a 20 mile bike, and then typically a 5K. So a 3-mile run at the end. And you do it in that order: you swim, bike, run. I had done 1 triathlon sprint, and then someone told me what an Ironman was, and I was like, bitch, I'm gonna do that. So I did. And so an Ironman, which would be considered a full triathlon, is a 2.4 mile swim, a 112 mile bike, and then a 26.2 mile run. So it's a marathon at the end. So, and that's all one race. There's no breaks in between. There's nothing. You do it all from start to finish. And so I did that. I trained for that for a year. My entire junior year, I spent training for that Ironman while also powerlifting. God, I miss having the amount of time that I had to do that, because I was in the best shape of my life. But I was working out for 3 to 4 hours a day. I was also a competitive ballroom dancer, so I also had dance practice that I had to go to as well. But then the beginning of my senior year, it was in September, so it was the very beginning of my senior year of college, I did my Ironman. And that took me 17 hours to complete. I started at 6:50 in the morning and finished at 11:56 p.m. So
ladies and gentlemen, I think we've just found the real life equivalent of Wonder Woman here.
So yeah, that was something.
I mean, for real. Wonder Woman got nothing on anime athlete here. But like real talk though, I think you're still in really good shape. So
Thank you.
I've seen if y'all checked out her social, check out her IG. Like she is ripped.
Thank you.
Trust me. And I don't say it just to say that. I genuinely mean that.
Thank you.
So
I work very hard.
Oh yeah. So like, if you don't, I gotta ask. Do you have any like PRs that you've set? Yeah, as far as lifting is concerned.
So
Donald Troy over here. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. For lifting, a PR that I wanted to hit really badly for a long time was doing a 200-pound deadlift, which for anyone that does a lot of powerlifting, that doesn't entirely sound like a lot. But there's two reasons for that. One, when I was powerlifting, I was doing endurance training. And so endurance training uses slow twitch muscles, where sprint training uses fast twitch muscles. Fast twitch muscles are usually what you train for like explosive things. So that's when you do, your 1 rep max of squats, when you do lower reps but a lot higher weight, because that's what's going to give you more fast twitch muscles. That's what's going to give you those big thick thunder thighs, those explosive things that you see the really fast football players and really fast track people have those, like that thick really strong muscle, where slow twitch muscle it's like the difference between like light meat and dark meat. Slow twitch muscle is a lot leaner. It's not meant to be explosive. It's meant to go far. And that's the whole point of the endurance muscle. And so doing really heavy lifting with low reps is not good. I don't want to say it's not good, but it's not conducive to endurance things. And so I was powerlifting while I was doing heavy endurance training. So I never really could go super heavy because there's just two different types of muscle sets. Not saying it's impossible. There are a lot of mid-distance runners who can very much have a very beautiful mix of fast and slow twitch muscles, but it's very difficult to do that. So my goal for a long time was to do a 200-pound deadlift, and I think I did hit it once. I haven't done it since then. I haven't had I think my squat max, and this was probably a 5-rep max, so I could definitely go higher, was like 154. And the reason it's kind of funky numbers is because we used kilo plates, so it was a little bit different.
Okay. So 154 pounds, 154 kilos?
154 pounds. So again, it seems pretty low. But again, for like the training that I was doing, I couldn't really go any higher because I would just hurt myself. So.
Hey, and that's perfectly understandable. And that's, but 154, 154, you might see them a lot, but 154 ain't no walk in the park either. So that's.
But then I had powerlifting friends that would easily do like 350, and I'm like, okay.
Oh man.
But it's different for everyone.
I know that feeling. I know that feeling all too well. But
I had like big beefy friends. Actually, one time in college, one of my friends used to do like bodybuilding competitions, so he was big, and we were talking about it one day, and I looked at him and I was like, PJ, my whole body is like the size of one of your legs. And he goes, let's measure. And we did, and the size of his waist, no, the size of my waist was the size of the circumference of his thigh. Man. So literally, he big guy. I was like, literally, your leg is the size of my body.
That's like the Hulk, right? Almost like the Hulk, right there. Incredible Hulk. Y'all.
So my friends could lift heavy, but it was still fun. I enjoyed lifting with them, even if I had to do like half their weight.
It's all good. At the end of the day, it's not a race it's not a race or anything. I mean, we all have our own power levels, levels of strength, levels of training, and all that. Excuse me. All right, so we've got the athlete of the anime athlete. Now, y'all want to know the anime side. All right, so Earlier, before we went live today, we were talking about some of our favorite anime, and
Mhm.
AA, like, what are some of your favorite? What are some? I guess what are some of the anime that you hold dear to your heart?
One is definitely Naruto. If you've seen any of my stream, I have a lot of Naruto themed stuff. So like this was supposed to be me, the sticker I made in like the style of Naruto. A lot of my stream starting and ending stuff is me in the style of Naruto. Naruto is probably one of the first animes that I watched that really got me into anime. Because I mean, I watched Pokemon as a kid, and I watched a little bit of Dragon Ball too. But what really got me into anime was Naruto, and it is still definitely, I would say, one of my favorite animes. I'm aware of the downfalls of Naruto, but it's more of a nostalgia factor for me. I know that there's lots of filler episodes, and it's a very, very shonen anime, very classic shonen anime. But it was, like I said, it was one of the things that really got me into anime. Another one of my favorites is actually Run with the Wind. It is not a very popular anime. Most people have never seen or heard of it, but just as you would think, it is an anime about running. It is actually a collegiate men's team. This guy kind of forms a ragtag group of random people by telling them they can have this college housing without telling them that that housing is the cross country house. And if you live in the cross country house, you have to be on the cross country team. So basically, he was like, "Yeah, you can live here." And then whenever he moved in, he was like, "By the way, we're all the cross country team now." And they're all just like, "We don't run." So he like gets this whole like group of people together who some are kind of athletics. There's some that are not athletic at all. And he's like, "We are now the cross country team. So time to start practice." And he recruits this one guy who's kind of the main character, who is like a long distance running like prodigy. He's very good. He's very fast. He's an incredible long distance runner. And then everyone else is kind of like, they're okay. But the whole point of the story is this whole team is kind of thrown together from nothing, and there's just two people on the team that actually know how to run cross country. And it kind of goes through this phase of the main character, and then I would say the antagonist, who is the guy that got everyone to live in the house together, being like, not everything is just about being as fast as there is. While you are faster than everyone here, everyone is working just as hard as you, so stop being an asshole, kind of thing. But the whole storyline is something that meant a lot to me because I really enjoyed watching it. It's really good. The animation's really wonderful, and just the way that they display like a running team is really nice too. Because I had actually tried to join my collegiate cross country team and track team, and I didn't make it. And I had a friend who was on the team. And she said a lot of the same things to me that like happen in the anime of like, no, you're actually wrong. Oh, did I go dark? No, okay, my screen just went dark.
No worries, no worries.
Oh, I was like, oh no, did I just lose connection? I know the weather's bad outside. Not now.
No worries, but... you are good. You are Gucci.
But anyway, it's a really good anime. I like it a lot. You should check it out. It's literally just called Run with the Wind. I really like the message behind it, of kind of like even what we talked about earlier. It's not about how fast you go. It's about the love of the sport, and working together as a team. So, and then I would say I'll say one more third anime, because these are kind of like my top 3 favorites, is Parasite. I don't know if you've ever seen Parasite.
Yes.
Yeah. It's such a good thriller. It's just, the animation's amazing. It's an interesting concept. I really love Parasite. It's very good.
Definitely recommend you guys go watch that anime.
You should. Right. It's not a super long one, so you could definitely like binge it all at once if you want to.
Hey, a longtime friend of the Ice Cape is here in the chat. One of my other mods, Mr. Soupy Dragon. Soupy, hey, much love to you, my little brother. It is so good to see you. He actually has a question for you guys.
Oh, I just see that.
For you. Who is your favorite Naruto character?
It's probably Hinata. I think her growth as a character is lovely. She is this really not confident girl who's very quiet, who, she's kind of put on this pedestal because of her family name, and then her family kind of disowns her a little bit. But then she becomes just a fucking badass. She becomes like so much more confident in herself and her abilities. The Shippuden scene when she's like, "Because I love you," like that. That scene gets me every time when she like tries to go save Naruto from pain. It's so good. It's so good. I just love her. She's great.
I do agree. She is a very strong character. Even though I haven't seen the anime, but I've seen like kind of like the lore of her and everything. She seems like a pretty strong character.
Her character arc is just wonderful.
Oh,
I did see the Naruto and Hinata movie.
GM Radio X, what is going on? He says Thunder Thighs. Does Iceman have any favorite anime? I do. I have 3. Like the anime athlete, I have one that a lot of people know, and I have 2. I have one that is underrated and one that not a lot of people know. So my all-time favorite anime is, of course, Dragon Ball, as a lot of you guys know. Just because you know, I hold that dear to my heart because it's an anime that has like a very positive motivational message behind it, that, you know, no matter how strong the enemy can be, whether it's a person, an event, or whatnot, they just continue to push themselves past the limit just to become stronger and stronger and stronger until they eventually overcome the enemy. And also just because, okay, turning into a suit, turning into another being, and having your hair and everything change color, I mean, that shit is cool, even to this day. So, but other than that, great characters, great storytelling, and particularly Vegeta from when he was a bad guy all the way to, you know, when he started a family with Bulma, to his respect for Goku despite them being rivals, like all the arcs and stories and everything. All-time favorite. One, Dragon Ball Z will always be legendary. Yes, GM Radio, agreed, 100%. Another anime that is near and dear to my heart, Yu Yu Hakusho. And I say it's underrated because nobody seems to talk, at least from what I've been around, nobody talks about this anime. And that anime is greatness. Mm-hmm. And to our newest follower, thank you for the follow. You are now a citizen of the Ice Cave. I have anonymous followers turned on. But yes, Yu Yu Hakusho is kind of in the same line of Dragon Ball, but also at the same time, you know, but also it's a little bit different. It's a little different, but at the same time, I mean, the animation is I mean, it's a slightly older anime compared to Dragon Ball. I mean, for those that don't know, Dragon Ball itself is pretty old too. Like, Dragon Ball was like if I remember correctly, it came out in like the 80s, I believe.
I think so.
In Japan.
The late 80s.
But it didn't come into the, thank you CFG, the 89. Thank you.
There you go.
By the way, welcome CFG to the Ice Cave, everybody. Yeah, it came out about 4 years after I was born. So, but us in the US, I mean, we didn't get it until 96, I believe. 95, 90, somewhere in the mid 90s. And then over in the early 2000s when it became like mainstream pretty much. But back to Yu Yu Hakusho. I will say, and I agree, Baker just said it, the writing is better. It did have better writing. And also I feel like you could relate to Yusuke. You could relate to him a lot better because he was he was a human character. He was a human, like going to the school and everything, and then, you know, he got hit by a car and he died, and he went to the spirit realm, and basically he became the leader of, he formed the team of otherworldly beings, you know, cool. I forget the guy's name. The guy that turns into like a dark green. He had Hiei, he had Kuwabara. I think Kurama. What was the other guy? Red haired guy. I forget his name. But my only issue with Yu Yu Hakusho was that it ended. Agreed, GM. Agreed. But yet, despite all that, like, the storytelling was great. Probably the greatest storytelling I've heard. Even better than Dragon Ball. And the action, and even, I will say this, Yu Yu Hakusho, even in dub or sub, it's great. Probably one of the few animes I will say that has equally good subbing or dubbing. Usually, most anime is either the dub is good and the sub is not, or more often the opposite. Yu Yu Hakusho is great in both of those, but yet nobody talks about it, and I feel it needs to be talked more because that anime is so great.
It's definitely one that I remember watching when I was younger too, and both my sister and I really loved that anime too.
Them Toonami days, yes.
Yes, exactly.
yes. Oh, and I had one more, which was this is a new one. A lot of people also know about Demon Slayer. That is probably my third best. For pretty much the same reasons for Dragon Ball and Yu Yu Hakusho. Also, I'm not gonna spoil it for anyone, but if you guys watched season 3 and saw the ending with oh my god, I keep forgetting this character's name.
What's he look like? All the Demon Slayer characters are very distinct looks.
Yeah, her Tanjiro's younger.
Oh yes, Nezuko.
Nezuko. I keep thinking it begins with a K, but Nezuko. If you saw that ending, I'm not gonna lie. As a 38-year-old male, I had tears going down my eyes. I could not stop crying at that scene. That's how emotionally invested really I was into that. It was really, 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 really good. Mm-hmm. Very powerful stuff. 90s dub was all over the place. Oh.
Yeah, it is.
Speaking of which,
they didn't care.
Yes. Have you seen the anime Hunter x Hunter?
Yes.
Have you? Okay, so you're pretty familiar with the recent version. So did you know there's two versions of it? There's a 90s version and then the most recent one.
Yep. I have not seen the 90s one. I've seen the more recent one.
I'm sorry. I saw the 90s version recently.
Is it bad? That worries me. It makes me feel like maybe it's not that great.
I'll put it to you this way. Have you seen? Never mind. I'll put it to you this way. It's not. It's could be worse. I'll just put it
fair.
That way.
Okay.
It could be
I'll
worse.
Take that.
but like, if you've seen the ocean dub of Dragon Ball, it's basically that. It's basically that, but a bit more cringy.
Yep.
That's probably the best way I can describe it.
Cringe is a good word for 90s anime. Like, it's not bad, but a lot of times it's a lot slower, and it's cringe. It's very classic anime in its cringiness. I get what you mean. I get what you mean 100%.
Jonathan R., welcome to the stream, asks, why is Carly obsessed with this Honkai Star Wars character named Luca?
So Jonathan is one of my mods.
Okay. Don't you dare talk bad about Ocean Dub DBZ. Hey, I didn't say the Ocean Dub was bad, man. I'm just saying. I'm sorry.
It has a specific vibe.
Right.
But yeah, Honkai is a game that I've been playing a lot of, and the new banner has a new character named Luca, and he's hot, so I want him.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Be honest. Yeah.
hey, Kafka is hot to me too, and I want her.
Everyone wants Kafka because she's hot and she's powerful. I want Luca because he's hot. He's also very powerful. He's not a 5-star. He's a 4-star, but he's still good. So I want Luca.
There you go. Also, I do have Kafka for those that are asking.
Oh, you have Kafka? I'm so jealous.
I do.
I've pulled on that banner so many times. I already had Serval. I got her a second time. And then I got Sampo 3 times in a row. Like back to back.
Oh, man.
And I was like, what the goddamn hell? I didn't even want him. Not even a little bit. And I was like, how is this happening right now? There's one character I wanted on this banner that wasn't even like the main 5-star character. And I got 3 of the character that I didn't want, and then a character I already had. I was like, oh my god, this is the worst gacha luck I could ever have.
You don't like Sampo?
I don't like Sampo, no. Neither does Jonathan. So now Sampo is my most powerful character now because I have him at E2 because I got him 3 times. So he is my most powerful character currently, but like his character in general, as Jonathan said, he's a rat. He's not his character himself is not great. Kind of like how like I like March, but she's very annoying. Sampo is strong. Don't like his personality. He was cooking yesterday though. We were killing a lot of bad guys with Sampo, unfortunately.
I got you. So you probably feel the same way about. By the way, do you still play Genshin, by the way?
I do. I have not opened Genshin in a hot minute, but yes, I do still play Genshin on occasion.
So you say you don't like Sampo, so you probably don't like Totalia either.
I don't think I know that character well enough.
Oh, child. Never mind.
Oh, yep. I know who you mean now. Red hair, tall, lanky.
Yeah.
He's literally the Genshin version of Sampo, so yeah. The same.
I know normally you'd be streaming today, but you are here in the ice bar today. If you wasn't streaming, if streaming, let's say Twitch never came to be,
mm-hmm.
what would you be doing other? Okay, well, let's say Twitch and YouTube, all that never came to be. What would you be doing?
I was actually a theater major in college. My technical degree that I have is a theater technical design degree with an emphasis in costumes and makeup. And then I had a minor in art, in general art. So I've always been a part of the theater and arts world. I went to state multiple times in high school for acting. And now I still kind of do what I would consider, entertainment. I'm not acting or putting on a character or a role or anything, but, like I write my own scripts for my YouTube videos. I record them. I try to do fun things on stream, things like that. So even if I wasn't on Twitch or YouTube, none of that existed, I would probably still try to find something that is entertainment related because I've just always enjoyed doing that, whether it's backstage or on stage. Because like I said, I used to be a musical theater major and then I switched to costumes and makeup. So you'll see me posting soon. Since Halloween's coming up, that's when I usually end up doing a lot of special effects makeup, which is what I would say I'm best at for makeup. I'm not wearing like any makeup right now, but I do usually, I feel like I'm pretty good at doing my makeup. But I'll do a lot of really like doing zombie makeup is really fun. I have a lot of like different things to do like fake skin and fake blood. I did a zombie photo shoot. That's one of my favorite looks I've ever done. I repost it every year. I reposted it on Facebook because I also do modeling things. So I posted it so that other models I know, like if you need makeup help, let me know. But it was like I put fake skin all along the side of my face. I got fake teeth that I glued to here. And then I like ripped the fake skin open so it looked like my mouth was like fully slit open with all the fake teeth and then like filled it with fake blood. And then I put like different cuts and scrapes and stuff. And so that kind of makeup is it's fun to do. It's fun to do because a lot of times it's like, how do I make someone that is alive look dead? It's like a puzzle. It's something they have to figure out. And, deciding, yes, bruises are traditionally black and blue. That's what you think of. But also there's, there's yellow in it. There's purple in it, all these different colors and like the creativity behind it. So even if I wasn't streaming, I'd probably still be doing something artistic of the entertainment industry in some shape or form, most likely. And I see your question, and yes, I have gotten paid to do it. I've gotten paid to do makeup for weddings, actually. So I haven't gotten paid to do like scary makeup. I've gotten paid to do scary makeup in food, not cash, but but I have been paid to do makeup for weddings. I've done a lot of makeup for my friends. Doing like eyelashes and eyebrows and like the whole shebang. So
that's awesome. That's what's up. And Craig, thank you for the 100 bits. Now, and GM Radio says, hey, I've seen your makeup on Twitter. You're really good at it. You should. Would you consider? Would you have you done something like that on stream, or is it just, or have you done it?
I think I've done. I did a joke. I've done a couple joke ones. I did a challenge where I had to do my makeup with no mirror. So I did it on stream. And yeah, there's a camera and I can see myself, but like not well, and it's mirrored. So like if I lift up my right hand, it comes up on the left side of the screen. But I did a no mirror makeup challenge that went pretty well. I had to do a thing where RJ, my fiance, did my makeup. But I have done in the past other get ready with me streams. Oh, it was funny. He had no idea what he was doing. He's just like, I don't even know what this is. I was like, if you read it, it says foundation. So what do you think you do with it? But it was funny. But I have done Get Ready With Me streams. I've wanted to do cosplay building on stream before. So I recently got engaged. It was probably only like 2 or 3 months ago now. And
Congrats on
before
the
that
engagement.
happened, thank you. Before that had happened, I had planned to build a cosplay for one of the infected from The Last of Us. And so that would include, doing a mold of my face and then building off of that to do like the little mushroom layers and stuff. And I was going to build that on stream. Then I got engaged and I was like, okay, well, I don't want to spend extra money on this right now, kind of thing. Like, money is going towards the wedding, and some cosplays like that are going to be really expensive. However, for those of you that do like Honkai Star Rail, I am planning to build a Cocolia cosplay of when she has the Stellaron in her body and she's got like the galaxy body and all that stuff. I do want to do that as a cosplay. So, and that I'll have to build like all the crystals on her outfit and stuff like that. So I do want to stream that once that happens. I have no promises or timeline for that because that'll probably take a while. And again, cosplays like that are a chunk of money, but if I have extra money, then I want to do it. So.
Oh, that's incredible. We'll definitely have to check that out. Earlier, I did mention Anime Athlete is a proud member of 5-9 Gaming, which is as you guys know is a gaming is a group of gamers that specializes in streaming and other avenues of gaming. So anime, what's it like? What's it like being a 5-9 gaming member?
It's fun. I met a lot of friends through 5-9. Jolly being one of them.
Also one of our mods.
Yep. I met my friend Tystra. I met Nate through there. I still talk to
the goat.
Yeah, I still talk to Talon and Brad a lot. I actually have gotten to do some videos with Goresh, which I remember when I first was supposed to do a video with Goresh, I got real nervous because I was still, a little baby streamer. But he's very nice. It was very easy to work with him, and it was a really fun video to do. And then I've also done I've streamed like once or twice with Truth doing Dead by Daylight. So it was really fun getting to meet a bunch of different streamers that do content that I don't really do because a lot of it revolves around Dokkan. And I had told you before we started recording, kind of the running joke of me at 5-9 is a lot of people at 5-9 join it because they like Dokkan or Dragon Ball. And I don't really know anything about Dragon Ball. Like, I watched it when I was a kid, so, like, I know who Goku is, and I know who Vegeta is. I know who the main characters are. Just like someone who's never seen Naruto knows who Naruto and Sasuke are. And, like, who Sakura and Hinata are. But I don't know a lot about Dragon Ball in general, so that was kind of the running joke. But it was also fun, because I could do content like we did things where I would have to explain a character or a card from Dokkan to someone who really knows Dokkan well and see if they can guess the card. So that was really fun to do. But yeah, it's been really fun to get to know different people and different communities through that as well. I also met a lot of my own community through 5-9. Jonathan, my mod who was in here earlier, he's I believe he's also a mod for 5-9. And a lot of other 5-9 members and a lot of other people that I stream with are people that I met through 5-9. So I would say a lot of my streaming career really took off when I started working with them because of the people that I got to meet and work with.
Awesome. Hey, that's what's up. Awesome group of people. Awesome group of people. A few of them. Now I'm not a part of it, obviously, as you guys know, but a lot of the people that are in our communities that I know that are in 5-9. They said nothing but good things about them, and yeah. So also for those that also don't know, Anime Athlete is also on YouTube as well. I believe. Are you a YouTube partner? I don't know if you.
No, I'm getting really close. So you need 3,000 watch hours for early monetization, and then 4,000 watch hours for full monetization. So I believe the early monetization is stuff that's like people can be members, which is like having a subscriber on Twitch. People can send stickers and like bits kind of things. But I don't believe you get ad revenue. And full monetization is when you get ad revenue, and that's that's where the money is. So I'm not there yet, but I'm getting very close to 2,000 watch hours. So we're getting we're getting quite close to being monetized, at least partially monetized, and then, you know, hopefully full monetized. But then the other requirement is you need 1,000 subscribers, and I am currently at 2.2, getting close to 2.3. So we met that threshold about a year ago, I believe. So.
And if y'all haven't checked out her YouTube videos, which they're really, really, really good, by the way, y'all go check her out and go like and subscribe to her YouTube. Awesome videos, by the way.
Please turn on a playlist and just let it play so I can get watch hours.
Yes, let's get Anime Athlete to YouTube partner, everybody.
Please.
GM Radio asks, have y'all ever played Tabletop Simulator? And would you consider or have you tried streaming playing board games?
So I've never done Tabletop Simulator and I don't know a lot about it. I would say the only board games I've streamed are ones that have become digitized. So like I've done Uno online, I've done Monopoly online, I know there's Game of Life online. It was never like the physical board with like a camera over it kind of thing that I've done. But I have done like the digital online version of different board games.
I'm in the same boat. I've never heard of Tabletop Simulator, but I have played Uno and Monopoly, the digital versions, online, and also on console as well. And yeah, that's about it.
I like Monopoly Plus. I don't like Monopoly Plus because Monopoly just ruins friendships. But I like Monopoly Plus in that the board is animated, which is really nice. I think that's cool.
Yeah, I also like Monopoly Plus. Now this I also like. I don't know if you played the Mario Party and Pummel Party, which are both board game ish, games on Nintendo and Steam respectively. Those are fun, and those I probably ruin friendships more than tabletop board games. Trust me. I've never streamed Mario Party, but I've definitely played Mario Party. I have Mario Party 64 because we have an N64. So man, that is probably one of my all-time favorite Mario Party games.
It's like an OG one.
Oh yeah. And the Superstars one, which I recommend y'all play with some friends as well. It's pretty much a love letter to all the OG Mario parties, the gameplay and everything. Even they remade like some of the best boards from the first 3 Mario Party games. Definitely recommend y'all get that, and you know something y'all could do with the community as well. Let's see. How did I get my name? Ooh. That is the burning question on the GM Radio X's mind. Alright guys, so prepare yourselves for a little boring history lesson. No, I'm kidding. Okay, maybe not incredibly boring, but so Iceman, for those that aren't aware, the Iceman is actually from two sources. As you guys know, I am a huge fan of X-Men, and my favorite character is Iceman. Because Bobby Drake is for those that want the name. My personality, I feel like we share a lot of similarities as far as like his character and how I am as a person and everything. And so that's one of my inspirations. And then the other one is Maverick from Top Gun series, Top Gun Maverick. Val Kilmer's character Iceman is I'm love the Top Gun movies. I haven't seen the Maverick, but I've seen the original one. Yeah. So that's where the Iceman came from, and also because I love the cold. This is gonna sound kind of weird because I live in Texas, and those of you that I want you to do pay attention to know how hot Texas weather can be, and and all that, and you guys, but I've lived in Texas all my life, but I hate the heat. I can't stand the heat, but I love the cold. Like it can be snowing outside, and I'll be out there, doing cardio, like shadow boxing, all that, I just love I love the feeling of I love the I love the feeling of working out in the cold and everything because like it just motivate it just I don't know there's something about the cold weather and it does a lot to your body like helps improve your body your blood flow and everything. Just something about working out in the cold that
they've actually I've looked into studies they've done about doing cold training for runners. So a lot of Midwest runners, like myself, if you run all winter long, it improves your lung capacity.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So it's I don't always enjoy winter running, but I mean, I think the coldest run I've ever been on is 3 degrees.
Whew.
Yeah, as I say, you'd like it here if you like it cold, because damn, does it get cold. I think
I bet.
With wind chill, I think the coldest it got last year was just below -30 with wind chill.
Woo!
It get cold. Like they send out warnings like, hey, don't go outside today. It is dangerously cold outside. And it's like, even if you wanted to go somewhere, you probably can't because your car's not going to start.
Right. It has in Texas, I think, for those that don't, we had like a major winter storm back in...
Wasn't that like 2 years ago?
Yeah, like 2011. Mm-hmm. I think like the coldest it got, one point, it was like all that week was like, it was like 2 to 10 degrees with the wind chill. It was like -12.
Yeah,
somewhere around there. Yeah, and like
our power grid like completely shut down. Yeah, Texas is not prepared for that kind of weather because I didn't know until like I started talking to people from other states, but in the Midwest it's pretty standard to have a basement and have multiple levels because it helps keep heat trapped in the winter time. And I mean, it get cold here, like I said. And then I found out like in other states that it is warmer, that's not as common to have a basement. And I was like, how do you guys live without a basement? Like where do you put your giant freezer? Like, but it was just, it was wild to me to learn that.
Yeah, it is not common. It is very uncommon. We don't even have a storm cellar, and we get a lot of tornadoes and stuff. Well, in the most recent years, not as much, but
you're still in Tornado Alley.
Pretty much,
I believe.
Yeah, last I checked, Tornado Alley is still a thing here in Texas, but lately it hasn't been as much. So, and also the prime part of it is so actually it's 2 things. Number one is I'm a big fan of Transformers, and one of my favorite characters is Optimus Prime, so that's what the prime part of it came in. And I just figured Iceman, Prime, it just sounded cool together. So
it does.
That's how my name came about. It was my name on PlayStation since PS3, and then I just kind of brought it over to all my social media and my Twitch. So yeah, that's how Iceman Prime came to be. GM says I'm from Oklahoma originally. When it freezes, all the trees get frozen over and shatter, and it breaks up the power of the streets. Exactly. It's pretty much exactly how it is here in Texas.
Happens here. I don't know if they do it in other states either, because again, I didn't even know that basements weren't common in other states. But here, again, I don't know if they do this, but they'll cut like holes through the trees so the power lines can pass through easily. Do they do that by you guys? You just see like a horseshoe-shaped tree like this, and a power line just runs right through it. That's what they do here, so that it doesn't get tangled up in storms and stuff.
Right. I haven't seen it myself, but I would imagine that they would. But
yeah, they do that like all over here to prevent that from happening.
Right. Yeah, because in my area, I think around the parts I live in, there aren't many power lines that are near trees. So
trees everywhere here.
But yeah,
I remember I had a friend, so just the other week when I had people over, I had a friend come from Arizona, and one of the first things that he said, he was like, it's so green here. It's like, well, yeah, you live in the desert, bud. There's grass and there's trees here, like pine trees and maple trees, like green leaves, not like palm trees and stuff like you might have down south. That was just funny that he said that. I was like, yeah, it's green.
It's always when you go to another state, it's like a whole different. It's like going to a whole different country, pretty much.
It really is, because I mean, I've been to Arizona because I used to visit my grandparents used to live there, so I used to visit them, and I remember being like, wow, it really is just dirt and rocks and sand. Like, that's all it was. And then you would like see like a few patches of either fake grass, or it'd be like a golf course that's, you know, well maintained, and they would have grass or something. But most people didn't have grass. And I was like, oh, odd.
Right. All right. All right. I think I got time for one more. I think I got time for one more question before we go into our final segment here, where we flip the script. If you had a message to any new content creator, like someone who inspires you, wants to be a content creator, who wants to stream, what one message would you tell them?
Do whatever is the most fun to you. 100%. Don't try to make content because you think that's what people want to see, or it's what's popular right now. Don't make content just to, you know, try and get the views, or to, you know, like I said, try and grab someone's attention. Do what is most fun for you. Because I got stuck in a rut where I was trying to do like, okay, this is what I think people want to watch. Like, I'm going to try and do like these games because that's what people want to see. And I want to do videos like this because that's what people want to watch, and all these other things. And I stopped having a lot of fun. I started not wanting to stream because I didn't like the game I was streaming. I didn't want to make videos because I didn't like the videos I was making, but I was doing it because I thought that's what people wanted to see. And I remember when Cinna hit Twitch partner, and I remember when she quit her full-time job to go into content creation full-time, and I messaged her, I was like, you know, what is some advice you have? And she said, you know, similar things to everyone else that says, but genuinely just have fun, play with your friends, and just have a blast, because you're going to have more fun streaming. People watching are going to have more fun watching you. You're going to have more people in chatting, and you're going to attract the people that actually like what you like. You're not going to be trying to be someone you're not. So, which I think is just good life advice in general. Just do what makes you happy. So.
That is some great advice, guys. That is some awesome advice, and I highly recommend you take that to heart.
Mm-hmm.
Trust us. Agree, Baker. W advice. Very W advice. Alrighty, guys. Now we are at the point where we flip the script, as you all know. So now I'm the guest. She's the host. So before I asked her to prepare a question that she wanted to ask me on the podcast. So, AA, the floor is yours.
So this may be a difficult question to answer, and this may be a long answer, and something that you have to go into a lot of detail for. But what do you think your purpose in life is?
Ooh. Wow. That is a powerful question. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is something I still ask myself every day. You know, why was I brought on this earth? And I'll be honest with you. I'm still trying to find that answer myself.
It's okay if the answer is I don't know.
But you know, I would say right now, I think my purpose in life is discovering myself, which is something
I think that's a good answer.
Which is something that is probably will take my entire lifetime to do. I mean, so you know, I don't know, you know, what the future has in store for me, but I'm going to embrace the unknown. I mean, life brought me here. I was born on this planet. I was born here for a reason, and I have a purpose, and I was born here, you know, with a purpose, and I believe, you know, my purpose, you know, is to find my purpose, and that whatever and however long it takes, if it takes my entire life to do so, then that is my purpose. So I would say, you know, my purpose is finding myself, which is in turn is finding my purpose.
I think that's a good answer.
yeah, I mean, I feel like, a lot of the things, a lot of the a lot of the choices I made that have impacted my life. I feel like I've been for that purpose. Going to school.
Mm-hmm.
Going to school, going to college, uh, working at all the jobs I've worked at. Finding a career in accounting, finance, even content
Mm-hmm.
creating, streaming, getting into fitness. A lot of all those things have shaped, you know, my purpose. And even though, and despite all of that, I've had my ups and downs, but I feel, there's still more out there for me to discover. There's still more out there for me to explore. So I feel, I'm gonna use something that I share with everybody. I feel I see life as like a never ending series of mountains to climb. So when you think you like, for example, like let's say I climb the tallest mountain in the I climb what I feel is the tallest mountain. Like let's say for example I reach a new 1 rep max. For example, I use just as an example.
Yep.
Cool. I'm at the top of that mountain, but
Yep.
out there, there's an even taller mountain, and a taller one, and a taller one, and it just keeps going. There's no end. It just shows you that you just don't stop. You
Mm-hmm.
keep going. You keep improving. You keep on climbing. You find it. You climb another taller mountain. Then there's another taller mountain. You just keep climbing. It's a never. It's a never. It's like a never. Life is never ending. It's a never
Mm-hmm.
ending series of ceilings. Never ending ceilings to climb. And and I think knowing that is what keeps me going. And there are days where I think where you're like, I don't want to do something, or there are days where like I'm not at my best, and sometimes I'll trip and fall a few feet off the mountain, which is fine. I learn from it. It happened for a reason. I learn from it, and then I just keep going. And that's the same way I approach any new things that I try, whether in content creating, and work, and life, and everything. I feel like I guess I want to say is there's a lesson to learn. I feel like there's a lesson to learn in your wins and your losses, and you just learn from it, and then you just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
You
Just keep swimming.
yeah, exactly. Just keep swimming, just keep fighting. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just don't quit.
Yep.
It's the main thing. And as long as you don't, as long as you keep going, as long as you'll take a few blows, but as long as you can bounce back from it, or unless you just keep going, you can pretty much do anything.
100%.
Yep, and yeah, that will probably be the answer to your question. That's a very good and deep question.
I'm glad that you had a very good and deep answer. It's good. Absolutely. I think the biggest thing that I learned from my Ironman was a lot of what you said is you keep going, you don't give up, and you just be the best person you can be.
Exactly. Wow. What a podcast, everybody.
What an
Man.
ending.
What an ending to a podcast, everybody. Whew. All right, everybody. Show your love once again for the Anime Athlete, everybody. Well, thank you for being an awesome guest here on the podcast.
Thank you for having me. I had a good time.
Of course. No problem. Well, want to end into the podcast, everybody. I had actually kicked one of my wires down below my desk here, and it caused my computer to go all crazy. So I just got that all fixed up. But now we can go. We can end this. We can now end this podcast proper. Again, huge shout out to the badass anime athlete for being here in the Ice Bar, for being part of the podcast. You guys, thank you guys for another W podcast. I will be back live myself on Twitch on Friday for our Fight Night Fridays. We're playing some Street Fighter 6 as we always do here in the Ice Cave. And with that, we are now heading out. Y'all stay icy, my friends. For Anime Athlete and everybody, my name is Iceman, and we're chilling out.